choose to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Colin McGuigan for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Katie Taylor. Katie, it's always a surreal thing for me interviewing you because whenever I was younger, I watched you through the Olympics. I watched you growing up, and I was always like a boxing fan, and then finally getting the interview, so it's unbelievable. But last time out in Dublin, unfortunately, it didn't go your way. What did you learn after that defeat?
I think I was obviously extremely disappointed after the last fight. It wasn't how I wanted my homecoming to go. But I think you're always forced to analyse things a bit more after a loss, and I think I probably just left the area rounds a bit too subjective, to be honest. And beforehand, I knew it was going to be a close fight. I expected there to be just maybe 1 or 2 rounds in the fight. That happened to be the case, but I just didn't let my hands go as much in the early rounds, and but I felt like I was stronger and sharper in all the exchanges, but I just wasn't busy enough, I don't think, in those early rounds.
Whenever I look back to that night, and I've watched it a few times, the pressure on your shoulders was enormous. Did you feel that pressure when you were walking to the ring because it was your homecoming?
I can't say that I felt any more pressure, to be quite honest. I think fight week's always a busy week, and I think there's pressure in every single fight. I think the best attitude for every fighter is that the next fight is always the most important fight, regardless of what's on the line. So that fight was obviously important, just like the one before that and the one before that. So I think my mindset was completely the same going into that fight, but it just didn't go my way, unfortunately. But I'm so grateful to have another chance at this, and not every fighter has a chance of a rematch. And I'm very grateful to be sitting here and to have a chance to make things right, and I don't take this for granted.
I suppose Chantelle was somewhat of an unknown quantity in the pro game the last time that you faced her, because you're watching footage but you haven't been in there with her. Now that you've shared the ring, that you know what you're up against, do you believe this time that you can use that experience to better yourself this time around and get that win?
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's probably beneficial for both of us that we share 10 rounds together, but I'm definitely as confident as ever. If I performed my best, I will win the fight. So it was extremely disappointing, like I said, after the last fight, but I've been here before, not as a pro, but as elite amateur level, where I've lost fights, and I know how to make the necessary adjustments, and I know how to come back strong, and I'm excited to be able to do that in the coming weeks and months.
Last time we had Deirdre Gogarty here, one of your heroes. I remember talking to you about this at the last, I think it was the press conference, and I read you a letter, and you got quite emotional at that time. Whenever you think of that and Deirdre Gogarty, was having her around the last time a great experience for you because you grew up looking up to her?
It's just amazing to have her there. Unfortunately, I wish the result had been a bit better for her, but it's just special to have someone who I looked up to there, and like I said beforehand, I think her fight with Christian Martin was one of the most important moments of women's boxing. It was an iconic moment, actually, and I can't believe how little credit that fight actually gets. That should be at the forefront of women's boxing. You talk about pressure. That fight right there was pressure, and they both performed. And I just absolutely, she's a hero of mine. Always will be. And not only is she a hero, but she's so nice as well. And she's you can see her heart for women's boxing as well. I'm just grateful to have a chance to meet up with her during the fight week, and to have her there was very, very, very special.
You've been a trailblazer for women's boxing. No one will ever deny that. And when you look around right now and all these women thriving in the sport, are you proud of what you've done so far for the game?
Yeah, I think that's just very, very special. I can't take all the credit for it, but some of the young talent coming up is absolutely so special, and it makes this journey so worthwhile for me. So yeah, some of the young girls coming up are going to be even better than we could have ever even imagined. And I'm so excited to watch what they're going to do in the sport.
Just two more from me. I spoke to Eddie Hearn there, and I spoke to him about the potential of a massive trilogy fight with Chantelle. All being well, God willing, you get the result on November 25th. Does that make a bigger incentive for you to get that win and maybe have that trilogy fight, the biggest women's boxing fight ever at Croke Park or the Aviva?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously my main focus right now is just to get the win, to make it 1-1, to have a chance for a trilogy. But yeah, to have a chance at a rematch, like I said, is amazing. But we can obviously talk about the trilogy. Please God after the next fight. But this fight is huge. It matters for my career. Another loss certainly makes the route to becoming a 2-weight undisputed champion very difficult. So I realise how important this fight is. Every fight's important, like I said. Every fight is a must-win fight. But I'm definitely looking forward to stepping in there and attempting to make history again.
Final one. Just a message for your Irish fans and the adoring Irish support that you have that will be coming out November 25th to support you against Chantelle Cameron.
Just so grateful for the support, and the atmosphere the last time was absolutely so special. Even though the fight didn't go my way, the night itself was still incredible. Packed with entertaining fights, and the atmosphere was something I never experienced before. I was getting goosebumps stepping out, and I was getting even emotional stepping out to the crowd. The noise of the crowd was amazing, and we get to do this again on November 25th, and I just can't wait.
Katie, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Choose to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,